All right, we got it for you. The Harbor Freight Father's Day deals, as well as some of the best deals that still beat the Father's Day savings, at least through the rest of June. So let's get into it. First off, we got to talk about the Father's Day sale. It's their 10, 15, 30 days or 30% off sale. So 10% off everything over 50, 15% off everything 20 to 50, and then the big 30% off anything under $20. Now, I've done a whole video on this before, covered many times, like what's the best item to get at those price points. And I'll try and link to that video down below, but you can find it on the channel if I don't get around to it. But the point is, there's a lot of great deals that you can get there, especially like the Icon tools, some of the Doyle stuff. There's a lot of great Doyles, great time to stock up on pliers and stuff like that. Now that Quinn's really picking up the pace, there's a lot of that stuff. Anyway, too much really to mention. One thing I will say is it might be time to grab one of the, what do you call it, the meme tools over here. Here we got it right here. Got it in cart. Haven't added the coupon yet, but you're looking at $40 on all these. The Gordon multi-tool, the Icon locking flex head and bit set, and the Icon drop point knife. Now, I have all of these. They are fan-freaking-tastic. Now, full disclosure, Harbor Freight did send me the Gordon multi-tool. I purchased the locking flex head and the Icon knife myself. There's a lot of contention with people about which, because they're in each case they're going after some pretty big names, and a lot of the Leatherman guys and a lot of the knife guys get really kind of butthurt about it. The fact that our Harbor Freight's putting out these really quality tools at a much lower price point. Anyway, I got videos on all of these. Go check them out. But the fact of the matter is, it's not the best deal. If you want to wait for one of the 20% off, maybe even, dare I say, a 25% off coupon, those are kind of rare these days. But if you want to wait for one, go ahead. But again, 15% versus 20%, might be time to grab it. If you can get it in stock, if it's in your store, it might be time to jump on it. All right, let's keep going here and take a look at what we got up next. Now, this is the items that beat the Father's Day sale, better than the 10, 20, 30 at their price point. So we're looking at, normally you'd save 10% on this. You're down here to $80. This is the Earthquake half-inch super compact air impact wrench here. I can tell you, I'm not a huge guy when it comes to air tools, but I got to play around with this at SEMA a couple years ago. Boy, that's a lot of power in a tiny little package. It's nice, neat, tidy, and it really delivers the beans, if you know what I mean. So definitely one you want to check out. Now let's keep going here. We got the Daytona 3-ton heavy-duty jack stands, the ratcheting ones with the safety key and everything else, coming in your choice of 6 colors: gray, black, blue, green, orange, and yellow. It's on sale down from $50, 40% off, down to $30. All right, next up, we got the Hallmaster 600-pound capacity motorcycle carrier. I've got the smaller version of this, the lighter duty version of this, and we've used for hauling e-bikes and scooters and stuff like that. I've been really happy with the fit and finish on that one. I've not tried this one. If you have, love to hear some feedback from you. Put it down in the comments down below. But it's a great way to add some portability for your truck or whatnot, and without having to get it all the way up in the bed, makes it a lot easier. And at $200, $40 off, that's a great savings right there. All right, next up, we've got the Union Safe Company. I know a lot of people are going to whine and complain. That's not a safe. Okay, it's a storage cabinet. It's a lockbox with a combination is what it is. If you don't understand what I'm saying is, there's requirements to be technically a safe versus a security cabinet. And on top of that, right here, this panel right there is actually, that pops right off and you put a key in there. So that makes it a lockbox. But you know what it does? You guys all think you got like professional cat burglars breaking into your house. First of all, people should know about it, all right? That obscurity is the first level of security. Second of all, it's good for the prying hands and stuff like that, little fingers. And honestly, at this price, at $110, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying like nightstand, end table kind of stuff. Actually, it'd be a great little accent piece out in the man cave. You could have, some drinks or something on top. You could put your fridge, your microwave on top of it, use it as a stand table, or even in your house. And then you got your quick access to all sorts of other kind of accoutrement inside, here we go. Just the basics. Again, it's not going to protect you against a professional thief, but it is going to keep prying fingers out. And honestly, I did have one for a while. I did use it as a nightstand. It was kind of cool. I liked it. All right, next up, we've got the Braun 7000 lumen rechargeable waterproof LED flashlight with battery bank. Now, what that means is that you can also like charge your phone directly from the flashlight or your phone or anything else USB. Anyway, it's normally $65. We're looking at 23% off. That's beating that 10% off you'd get on it, coming down to $49.99. All right, then we got the Predator 9-inch 43cc two-stroke gas cultivator, $30 off. This is a nice little, for light duty. It's a light duty tiller there. It's not going to be, you're not going to be doing 40 acres or something like that, but for some light work around the garden, that kind of thing, for $190, it's a pretty good motor on that. All right, we got the Warrior. I got to talk about these. The Warrior step drill bits. These are not professional grade. These are for the casual DIYer around the house, occasional use kind of stuff. And I got to say, I was helping a buddy out, and we were drilling. He was drilling something out, and he didn't have a bit large enough. I'm like, I can run back to the shop and get my step bit set. And he's like, no, I got it. He starts doing the kind of, the auger thing where you get the biggest drill bit you can, you get down there and you start reaming it out. And you end up, you might end up with a circular hole. More likely you're going to end up with something more along like an ellipse, maybe a slight bulge over there. It's not perfect. You risk breaking a bit. It's not worth it. These things are $9. $9. That's 35% off. $9. And I've used them. I've used them on steel. They work just fine. Again, you're going to get exact measurements. It's a lot easier to use. You're going to get a perfect or close to perfect circle. $9. Just do it. All right, we got the Warrior drill. Again, this is a go-to here for $10. 41% off. Wow, 41% off. This is a great backup one. You're doing a project, your battery dies. You're like, I don't have any charged batteries. What am I going to do? Plug this sucker in and finish it up, all right? And just get the work done. All right, then we got the Warrior. We just talked about this one. The variable speed rotary polisher sander here, 25% off, coming down to $30. We've got the Bauer 8.5 inch or 8.5 amp half-inch impact wrench with rocker switch. Is this the most powerful impact wrench out there? No, it's not. It will take your lug nuts off and do basic car work. Yeah. Is it as large as a torpedo? Yeah, it probably was used to sink the Lusitania or something like that. But fact is, at $60 for just around the shop, around the home shop, getting tires off, doing some rotations, basic, kind of stuff, it'll get it done. And for $60, the battery never runs out. All right, let's keep going. We got the Admiral 12-inch dual bevel compound miter saw. I did a video on this way back when. You can find it on the channel. Harbor Freight did send it over for a review. $200. It's not the Hercules. It's not in the same weight class. It's not even the same weight class as the Bauer that I don't think they sell anymore. Anyway, but you know what? For it kind of replaced the old Chicago Electric. And I will say this, it's a step up from the Chicago Electric. It would be more of a step up if it came with the blade, which I do not believe it does. But that said, it's a decent saw. It really is. It's got a nice workspace. It's got, one of the best things about it is it has that, you can see it down here. There's a little handle right there. You flip that handle and it allows you to adjust the bevel from the front rather than having to, reach around the back and you kind of like, okay, I got it. Now I got to adjust and I got to tighten. Forget all that. You got the handle up front. Just flip, set, get to work. All right. All right. Let's see what we got up next here. The Warrior sander, I've talked about this one a dozen times. A great little detail sander, $10, 50% off at that point. That is, you should probably pick a Christmas gift, stocking stuffers. It's you get a sander, you get a sander, you get a sander. Everyone's getting sanders for Christmas. They're $10. Come on, they're like giving away popcorn. All right, we got the Bauer 6-gallon 4-peak horsepower wet dry vac. This is a great small little wet dry vac. It's not super big, which means it's not going to be taking up a ton of room when it's not in use. It's not going to be super cumbersome. It's got a ton of power. What can you say? It sucks. All right, it's Father's Day week, all right? I can make dad jokes. All right, so $44.99, 18% off. Not the best deal we've ever seen, but it's better than the Father's Day deal, which is going to take off, $5.40. So I'll take that. I'll take was it 45 versus $50 on that one. All right, and then we got the Bauer modular storage tote. Now we need to take a second and talk about this because, well, first of all, let's talk about the price. 20% off takes it down to $19. You get 15% off with the Father's Day sale. So why do you want to consider this one? All right, first off, Harbor Freight sent me the entire stack system. Have you seen me using it a lot on the channel? Probably not. Why? Because I gave it to my son who wanted one, and I'm like, hey, I don't like this one. You can have it. That's how much I love him. Anyway, the point is, it's not a bad system. It's the same one that they sell over at Menards. It's a good, solid homeowner grade kind of system. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the way the latches click in from the side. There's not a huge amount of choice when it comes to the different modules that go for it. For you, it may work out fine. But here's what I am going to say. You know what I am a fan of, and I use a whole bunch, or at least I have in the past? Milk crates. And I'm sitting here looking at this going, in fact, I built a shelving system for one of my shops that was entirely out of milk crates. Somehow we ended up with like 24 milk crates. So I sat them on their side and zip tied them all together into a giant cube kind of thing. And I had little cubbies I could store all sorts of stuff. Worked great. Don't know if you would do that with this, but like I was looking for just stuff to carry things around and whatnot. And then I can stack them and create modules of them. Would I buy the whole system? No, probably not. Although I might buy just the bottom box and a whole bunch of these milk crates so I can just store miscellaneous stuff and move it around. It's something to think about. What do you think? I mean, would you get into a system just for the milk crates like this? I mean, at $20, I don't know. I might do that. All right, let's keep going here. We got the Braun 2900 lumen rechargeable LED neck light. I heard this thing is fantastic. You will never see me wearing this thing. I can't get to it right now. I've got some other some other companies sent me a cheap version of this. And this thing's $15, and I'm calling this one cheap. But I hate having that thing around my neck. It just drives me insane. I would never wear it. But a lot of guys do. A lot of mechanics do. I hear they're really useful, but I can't speak to it firsthand because that's not me. But 34% off. If it's you, it's 34% off. All right, then we got the Bauer 24-inch tool bag. I've talked about how much I love using these tool bags. I use them for a ton of different stuff. This is a big bag, 24-inch, 16 pockets. You can stuff that sucker full. That's what she said. Anyway, look at that. There's a lot of stuff in there. So if you're looking for that kind of, and I like these kind of bags. They used to call them back, I think it's probably a brand name, like, people call it a Kleenex or a Xerox, something like that. They were called, I think it was gator mouth or wide mouth bags, where they've got the wire in it so you can open the bag up and it just stays open so you're not fighting the bag. That's what I really like about these things. Anyway, 28% off, taking it down to $25. Then we've got the Thunderbolt Edge decent batteries here for $509 for an 18-pack of AAAs. I'm always running out of AAAs. I probably need to get into some rechargeable ones. So maybe you can look into some rechargeable batteries here. And then last one on the list is this. Buy the inflator, get an auto tire repair kit free. That's right. If you buy the Maddox inflator here, you get this repair kit free. Is it a top-of-the-line repair kit? No, but it's not bad. It's good enough. I mean, $22. I mean, that's better than what I remember. I guess I was remembering the cheaper version. That's actually looks like a pretty nice kit. I wouldn't mind having that in the truck. But right here, this Maddox, in fact, we just reviewed one almost exactly like this. In fact, we just had one exactly like this on Deals of the Week. And here we got the Maddox 12-volt, 125 high-performance inflator. It's got the alligator clips and ready to go there. So they're rated, I would say, as a heavy-duty inflator. I'm pretty happy with the one that they sent over to me. Some other company, but I'm sure it's the same thing. They're just slapping their names on. Anyway, there you go. That's your top deals, especially if you include the Father's Day deals. So I don't know about you. If you're looking for some ideas to tell your loved ones what you want for Father's Day, because I know you're like me. You just buy whatever you want when you want it, and if you don't buy it, you're like, I may want it, but I'm not going to spend money on it. I don't want want you to spend money on it either, because let's be honest, usually your money is my money, so we're not going to do that. But the deals of the week, if you want to go back to Monday's deal of the week, we got a whole bunch of, especially at the end, a whole bunch of ideas maybe to spruce up the shop. There's like a micro fridge and some other stuff in there that maybe help out with your workspace and whatnot. So take a look at that if you're interested. Anyway, put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. That's all we got for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.